Patchy, this is a fight that's been talked about for a long time, yourself and James Gallagher. We're only a few days out now. How are you feeling?
I feel good, man. You know, I called for this fight right when I fought Ricky Bantamweight when I got in the show. So Bellator 222. You know, I basically made this fight. You know, I talked it into fruition. Now, you know, I have it. I'm right in Dublin, and I'm excited, man. You know, ready to take over the Jimmy Show.
What's it like? Obviously, coming into enemy territory, we're only across the road here. James has fought here, headlined a good few times. He's a big following here. What's it going to be like for you preparing for that and fighting here on Friday night?
It's nothing, man. It's nothing more than any fight. You know, you still have to fight. So we're going to go out there. We're locked in a cage for 15 minutes. All the other outside nonsense is nothing to me. You know, I fought in front of the Super Saitama Arena in Tokyo, Japan, in front of 40,000 people. So I think this sits 8,500. I fought in front of Madison Square Garden against Ricky Bantamweight. He's from 45 minutes away in New Jersey, 22,000 people. I fought for the world title in front of nobody. You know what I mean? It's up and down, it's hills and valleys, but it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter when, man. You know, I always come to perform.
I want to ask you just about the stand-up and the grappling. Obviously, the grappling, both of you guys are absolutely phenomenal grapplers with lots of little finishes there as well. Can you break down for me, first of all, the striking matchup between you and James, and then the grappling matchup between the two of you?
I think I'm better in every aspect. Like I said, look at the guys he's fought, and then look at the guys I fought. You know, it's cool that he can go and submit those guys, but put him up against my guys the 14 people that I fought, and tell me he would go submit those guys and not go lose to Tony Gravely, to Andre Ewell, to Yuki Matoya, to Juan Archuleta, to even Ricky Bantamweight. We've seen how that played out. The grappling, I'm everything he's ever wanted to be, and in the striking, you know, we'll see. You know, I've made improvements just like he has. He's went to James Krause. You know, I went to Extreme Couture. I've worked with Eric Nixon. I worked with Eddie Brascio. I worked with Dewey Cooper. So we'll see, man. You know, I've been preparing just as much as he has. And in the past, I've worked with Six Gun Gibson in my striking too. So we're going to see a whole multitude of skills here.
What do you think will be the main changes for you in your striking? Because we've seen you your last few fights, big power striking, those hooks when they land, you know, they hurt people all the time. Is it more tactical and technical you're getting, or what way have you changed?
I don't really feel like I've showed my true striking because I'm so good on the ground that I'm always chasing the takedown. You know, I mean, look at how much time we've really had on the feet, except from Juan. You know, Juan, I got a little bit tired because I was on his back for 2 rounds trying to finish the world champion. So, well, at the time, the world champion. So, you know, then trying to fight him 3 rounds stand up after going, you know, a 5-round fight's a much different dynamic. So I feel like the striking, that's not a true testament, you know what I mean? When, you know, if I'm a little tired in the 4th and 5th round, I think that's, you know, more of a cardio issue. But striking, you know, I feel like it's going to be tactical. I feel like, you know, I could clean my shots up a little more, and I feel like I can touch his chin, man. We've seen him get hurt. We've seen him get knocked out. And you've seen me get hit by power punchers like Juan Archuleta. You've seen me take them too. And I don't take a step back, man. You know, I've never been hurt myself. I mean, he might have hit me to my body, but I'm never hurt, man, you know? I mean, I'm walking forward, so, you know, we'll see on Friday night.
Patchy, they do say that the Irish fans are the best fans in the world. Obviously, you're coming into enemy territory, but is that something that you will cherish, the sound of the crowd coming in as you make that walk?
I cherish the Irish fans out here, man. I think it's going to be great. All the Irish fans that I've talked to, they're nothing but respectful. And, you know, you have to be respectful, and you have to give it back. Just because he's one of the guys out here and he waves that flag. You know how many people that told me they want me to kick his ass? Just Irish people from around, you know, walking around the area, they know me too, you know. So not everyone's with the brash and the arrogance, you know. A lot of them are, but not, you know, the true MMA fans that see it for what it is. They're not there for that, you know. To talk disrespectful, to not, you know. You see how he treats other people. Just not other people, you know. I mean, the janitors here, the people that are here, man. He treats everybody like they're less than him, you know. I treat everyone like they're my equal, man, you know. So I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to be myself. I'm going to show respect for myself, my family. And after I beat him up on Friday night, I'm going to go help him up off the cage. I'm not going to flex on him like Ricky. I'm going to give him a helping hand, man. And I'm going to steal those fans that, you know, that you know, cherish him so much. I feel like they'll bat their eye towards me next.
And is this #1 contender fight for you as well?
Well, if it's a #1 contender fight for him, and that's what they're telling him, I couldn't see how I wouldn't get the same reciprocation with the better accolades. So, of course I want it, but I don't feel right jumping the other guys, you know? Like, Rufián Stotts did his work. Juan Archuleta's done his work, you know what I mean? He has a win over me, and now Horiguchi's back. So I'm going to let that play out. And after this fight, Friday is the only thing I'm focused on. And then after that, hopefully they do $1 million tournament, they throw us all in there, and we could fight over $1 million in that belt.
Bobo.
James sort of famously had a couple of fights fall out here. Of course, your fight with James in May didn't end up happening. How confident are you or Dave from the weigh-ins that this actually is going to happen on Friday night?
Oh, this is going to happen on Friday night. We're both here. We were ready to fight on Monday when we got here. There was a scuffle in the lobby. He keeps coming up to my face. But to be honest with you, I keep it respectful and classy, man. I don't have nothing to say to the guy. He can chirp all he wants, but he can't get close to me. That's the only thing. You get close to me, man. I'm gonna put my hands on you. You don't come threatening me. Don't come close to me. In that sense, so he can chirp all he wants. He keeps his ass away from me. Then we're there on Friday night, man, and we'll give these fans what they want, right? The fans want to fight. And that's what we're going to give them, man. We're going to blow the roof off that building.
Can you tell us what went through your mind when you got the call that he was not going to be available for that fight back in May? Because obviously that was a huge card. There was a lot going on there. And obviously you had to take on a lesser opponent.
Not a lesser opponent, man. That guy had 7 fights in the UFC. He fought guys that fought for the UFC world title. James wouldn't have beat that guy. Albert Morales, his record is what it is because of the opponents he's fought. Look at the opponents James fought, and look at who Albert Morales has fought. Had I pulled out of the fight, James would have never fought Albert Morales. And to be honest with you, the only thing I never understood by it is why did he pull out the fight? There's no, it says undisclosed reasons on every single thing that you could find on the internet. Why did he pull out the fight? There's no real legitimate injury. He pulled out because he wanted a hometown advantage and he knew that they were going to come back to Dublin. And now we're here in Dublin. I chased him all the way here. So now it's happening. And I don't mind that I had to run through another guy and I had to wait this long because I feel like he should have fought me in May. I was less healthy in May. I made it to the fight because I needed to make it to that fight. And now I'm 100% healthy. I'm confident. My mind's right. My weight's right. Now I'm coming for him, man. And now he's got to deal with me. All them fans, everything else. He's locked in a cage with me for 15 minutes. Now I got him.
I got to speak to you in Madison Square Garden about James Gallagher, and you were looking for the fight then. But as we were leaving, you turned to me and you said, "Mark my words, he won't take this fight." What do you think has changed that he's now taking the fight with you?
I mean, it's took 2 years, man. 2 years. I beat the guy that knocked him out in 60 seconds. If he wanted the fight then, he could have got to fight me then. Does that make sense? So it took him 2 years to, he says he's got, these big balls of his, right? How come it took you 2 years to sign the fight, James? 2 years, that's a long time. He picked it when he thought he was ready. He wanted to get older. He wanted to make more money and fight a lot of journeymen and just stack in his bank account because he gets paid ignorant for doing whatever job because he's a salesman. But I'll give him credit. He's good at business. He's good at promoting. And that's the main reason why I wanted to fight him. So much respect to him on that side. He's been able to sell this fight, and I've been able to relax and not really do much. I did a lot of talking to get the fight, but since the fight's been, since we got this fight, it's not much more talking out of me, man. I'm gonna be there on Friday night.
Patchy, I spoke to Pierre Queally last week. He said in his first fight against Patchy in the hotel all that week, you and James were bickering even then. Why do you think there is so much battle between you?
I don't know him through a stranger in the street, man. To be honest with you, like I said, I'm gonna beat him on Friday. I'm gonna lend him a helping hand and help him up. I do not know him through a stranger in the street. I don't have any bad blood towards him. I don't see anything when I see him, The only bad blood is that he keeps talking to me and keeps talking about me. You know what I mean? Like I said, once I got this fight, it's more about his name. There's prestige around the name James Gallagher. That's what I want, It's got nothing to do with actually who he is, or I don't care what, I don't really care about him as a person at all. So that's the thing. I think when you could break it all down and do that, his mental edge that he thinks he has, it's all a facade. It all goes away. It's because he grew with Conor and this is how they do it. But it's all fake. It's not real. It's just a persona. So when we get in there, the skills are going to do the talking, not his mouth.
Could I just ask you, hi Patchy, how are you doing?
How you doing?
Good, thank you. Could I just ask you, from your perspective, is this fight, from your perspective, won and lost on the feet?
Pardon?
In the stand-up?
No.
Is it won and lost in the stand-up?
No, not at all, man. I mean,
Surely your game is better in the stand-up than ours.
Oh, won
fight?
and lost. No, I feel like I'm better as a full mixed martial artist. We don't break this MMA game down to just stand up, clinch, or ground. It's everything put into one. It's a whole mix of things. So I'm the more well-rounded MMA fighter. And everyone thinks like our ground games are going to cancel each other out. If our ground games were able to cancel each other out, he would have done what I did to Ricky Bandejas, got on his back, and strangled him. He took Ricky Bandejas down, and Ricky was able to sweep him and get back to his feet. I touched Ricky one time and swallowed him, finished him, in the first grappling exchange, and I'd have done it 100 times in a row. If he was in the gym with me, I'd finish him 5 times in a 5-minute round. So, you know, I'm out there to show mainly that there's a level disparity on the ground because I'm a great ground fighter. And since I've worked with Jake Shields, I've only gotten better. So, you know, I think that he thinks that he's going to be able to handle me on the floor, on the mat, and, you know, I beg to differ.
You do angry very well, don't you? Like deep inside you.
No, just a facade, man.
Yeah,
Just to
no,
get you
but
to go
are
out
an
there.
angry man deep inside.
No, not at all. No, man.
No.
You ask anyone that knows me, man, I'm one of the nicest people.
I know
friendly.
that, but there's anger inside you.
No, it's a facade, man. It's to get you to go out there in front of people. It's to get you to. It's you know, just like he does this. That's my way of my gamesmanship. That's my sort of intimidation. That's my way to get someone. Let's say, you know, maybe I'm revealing too many secrets here, but
but with that crowd, like you're saying at Madison Square Garden or in Japan, that atmosphere, can you draw on it as well? Are you looking forward
yes,
to
man,
drawing
I
on it?
love it, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, I fought in the Super Saitama Arena. I fought in Madison Square Garden. That had double, triple the amount of people here. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. They think that I'm not ready for it or something. Maybe he thinks I'm not ready for it. But if anyone knows me, man, like, I'm maybe not angry. I am emotional, but that's what I've made my whole life and my career on, is being emotional, being like, that's the type of person I am. I could never change that.
That's what I meant
So,
about the emo.
yeah, I'm emotional, but it's not anger, man, you know? Even after I win, man. Normally after I win, man, I shed tears backstage. I cry. I hug my coaches. And it's, you know, it's tears of joy. It's tears of, you know, all the hard work, all the, you know, those hours that we all put into this. You know, it's not just me. I have an army of people behind me. So, and you know what? No matter what happens, you know, even no matter what, you know, like let's say, Weidman, you kick a leg and you break it. No matter what, I have people there to pick me up. I have people there that love me. So I'm able to do what I love, and I'm grateful for that, man. You know, coming from a job, I used to work in a middle school and elementary school with, I worked in a self-contained room. I worked with kids with disabilities for like 5 years, man, 4 or 5 years. And, you know, I'm grateful to be able, physically able to do this, you know, physically able. I used to love my job, but, you know, this is my job now, full time, and I'm just grateful to be able to do it, you know. My mom, my family's watching, and, you know, I get to be able to, you know, make enough money to support, you know, help my family, help my brothers and sisters. We don't come from much, man, so to be able to have this opportunity, that's it, man. You know, that's why it's so emotional. It's not just for me, and I got an army on my back. So when these guys, and they're all chanting out there, they're not just chanting against me, man. I have a whole army on my back, man. It's a lot of people relying on me, and you're going to have to kill me to get me out of there.
Thank you.
With the name Patrick, have you any Irish in you?
No, man, no. That's what I was saying, right? But and later, my grandfather, who, you know, he passed away a few years ago, and my mother as well, my biological mother, they gave me the name Patchy. So that's why I stick by it, you know what I mean? It means it holds grace to me. So my name is Patrick Mick, so, you know. But since, you know, they've given me that name, they've, you know, now they've passed away and stuff, but, you know, that's where that name comes from, and I hold it grace. So that's why that's why I call myself Patchy.
Thanks very much.
Anytime.
Thank you.